The National Football League has given us unforgettable moments, legendary players, and stories of perseverance. But behind the glory and the bright lights, there are tales of unimaginable tragedy. These stories of loss remind us. Did you know that on average, NFL players have a life expectancy that's nearly 20% shorter than the general population? It's a sobering reality that many face long after their playing days are over. Today, we reflect on the lives of 15 NFL players who were taken from us far too soon, leaving a lasting legacy both on and off the field. Sean Taylor. Taylor was known for his exceptional skills on the field, but Taylor's impact extended far beyond his impressive athletic prowess. Born on April 1, 1983, in Pembroke Pines, Florida. Tragically, Taylor's life was cut short on November 27, 2007. He was shot during a home invasion at his residence in Palmetto Bay, Florida. Taylor died the next day at the age of 24, leaving behind a young daughter, Jackie, and a family that was devastated by his loss. The football world was shocked and saddened by Taylor's death. His teammates, coaches, and opponents all remembered. Memorial Fund was established to support children's charities and educational initiatives in the Washington, D.C. area. Inspire others with her father's story. Sean Taylor's life was cut short, but his legacy will live on forever. He was a true American hero, a young man who lived life to the fullest and inspired countless others with his courage, his passion, and his unwavering commitment to his family and community. Second Lieutenant Pat Tillman. Patrick Daniel Tillman was born on November 6, 1976 in San Jose, California. Growing up, Pat was an exceptional athlete, excelling in multiple sports, including football, baseball, and track. His passion for sports led him to play college football at Arizona State University.
It was in the second half of the game, so I was down in the north end zone of the stadium. I had also positioned myself behind the play so that I was facing the Cardinals defense, ready to capture with them making any plays facing towards me.
Tillman's impressive collegiate career earned him a 7th-round draft pick by the Arizona Cardinals in 1998. 2001, the United States suffered a devastating terrorist attack. Like many Americans, Pat Tillman felt a strong sense of patriotism and duty. Despite having a lucrative NFL career, Pat made the extraordinary decision to enlist in the United States Army. Tillman's decision was motivated by a desire to serve his country and make a difference. He turned down a $3.6 million contract with the Cardinals and enlisted in the Army Rangers. Along with his Pat Tillman completed his training and was deployed to Afghanistan in 2003. On April 22, 2004, while on patrol in the Coast Province, Pat's unit came under enemy fire. In the ensuing chaos, Pat was fatally shot by friendly fire. The circumstances surrounding Tillman's death were initially unclear, and the Army's investigation was widely criticized. It was later revealed that Pat's death was caused by friendly fire, and the Army's handling of the incident was heavily scrutinized. Pat Tillman's sacrifice and selflessness have had a lasting impact on the United States. His decision to leave behind a lucrative NFL career to serve his country inspired countless Americans. Tillman's legacy extends far beyond his football career. He was a true American hero whose courage, patriotism, and sacrifice will never be forgotten. In recognition of his service and sacrifice, Pat Tillman was posthumously awarded the Silver Star and the Purple Heart. The Pat Tillman Foundation was established in his honor, providing scholarships and support to military veterans and their families. Aaron Hernandez. Aaron Hernandez's life was a heart-wrenching tale of unfulfilled potential, marked by incredible athletic prowess, devastating personal struggles, and a tragic ending.
Aaron Hernandez was considered a prodigy.
Born on November 6, 1989 in Bristol, Connecticut, Hernandez seemed destined for greatness. By his teenage years, he was already turning heads as a star athlete, showing a rare blend of size, speed, and skill that made him a natural on the football field. At the University of Florida, he earned All-American honors as a tight end and helped the Gators clinch the BCS National Championship in 2009. His talent was undeniable, and his college career culminated in winning the prestigious John Mackey Award for the nation's best tight end. Hernandez's rise continued when the New England Patriots selected him in the 4th round of the 2010 NFL Draft. Despite concerns about his off-field behavior, the Patriots gambled on his potential, and initially it seemed like they had struck gold. Hernandez quickly became one of quarterback Tom Brady's favorite targets, forming a dynamic duo with fellow tight end Rob Gronkowski. By 2012, he had secured a lucrative 5-year, $40 million contract extension and was a key contributor to the team's AFC Championship run in the 2011 season. On the surface, it looked like Hernandez had it all: fame, fortune, and a bright future in the NFL. But beneath the surface, Hernandez's life was unraveling. His childhood was marked by trauma, including the death of his father when Aaron was just 16 years old. Struggling to cope, he turned to substance abuse and began surrounding himself with a dangerous crowd. Despite his professional success, Hernandez's personal life was riddled with turmoil, fueled by anger issues, poor decision-making, and unresolved mental health struggles.
You know, he comes from a whole family with like strong, athletic boys. There's a real hypermasculinity there. And when you have that, your go-to emotion when you're upset is not sadness, it's anger.
His life took a dark turn when he was implicated in the 2013 murder of Odin Lloyd, a semi-professional football player and the boyfriend of his fiance's sister.
This is a very violent dude.
Guilty of murder in the first degree.
He's bearing up under the pressure. He understands what's in front of him.
The evidence against Hernandez was damning, and in 2015, he was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The story doesn't end there. In 2017, while serving his sentence, Hernandez was acquitted of a separate double homicide. Just days later, on April 19, 2017, he was found dead in his prison cell, having taken his own life. He was 27 years old.
A medical examiner concluded that the cause of Aaron's death was asphyxia by hanging. My question is, how had the life of one of the most exciting prospects in the history of the NFL come to be consumed by violence? And what was it that led him to take his own life?
The tragedy deepened when posthumous studies revealed that Hernandez had been suffering from severe chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, a degenerative brain condition linked to repeated head trauma, a condition that likely exacerbated his struggles with impulse control, aggression, and decision-making. Aaron Hernandez's story is a haunting reminder of how even the brightest stars can fall. Before moving to the next NFL player, we request that you like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos on interesting NFL topics. Steve McNair. Steve McNair, lovingly known as Air McNair, was the kind of guy who felt larger than life, both on the football field and in the lives of the people who knew him. Born on Valentine's Day, February 14, 1973, in the small town of Mount Olive, Mississippi, Steve grew up with a love for sports that ran deep. Whether it was football, baseball, or track, he had a natural gift that made him stand out at Mount Olive High School. Those talents earned him a scholarship to Alcorn State University, where he made history as a college football legend. Steve shattered records for the Braves and, in 1994, took home the Walter Payton Award, given to the best player in the football championship subdivision. His incredible performances didn't just make headlines, they caught the eyes of NFL scouts. In 1995, the Houston Oilers, now the Tennessee Titans, made him the third overall pick in the NFL draft. Steve's NFL career was nothing short of extraordinary. He had a knack for delivering under pressure, and his toughness became the stuff of legend. In 2000, he led the Titans to the Super Bowl, coming within inches of a championship. By 2003, he was named the NFL's most valuable player.
He was depressed when he first went to Houston. He was really depressed for them couple of years. I don't know why they drafted me. They won't let me play. Be patient. I said, your time is coming. He said, I ain't never sit on the bench. I said, this is a different league. He said, I just want to show him what I can do.
And selected for 3 Pro Bowls over his career. Whether it was his calm leadership or his ability to power through injuries, Steve earned the admiration of teammates and rivals alike. He wasn't just a quarterback, he was a leader who lifted everyone around him. Off the field, Steve was as inspiring as he was on it. In 1997, he married Michelle Cartwright, and together they raised 2 sons, Tyler and Trent. Steve's heart for giving back was as big as his talent. He supported causes like the Boys and Girls Clubs of America and the United Way, always finding ways to help those in need. For those who knew him, his kindness and generosity were just as memorable as the touchdowns he threw. But on July 4, 2009, everything changed. Steve was found dead in his Nashville condo, the victim of an apparent murder-suicide. He was only 36 years old.
So I remember that still vividly when I entered this apartment, and I still remember very clearly. On the left-hand side was a big sofa, a couch type of thing. There are 2 victims, and I can recognize one of the male victims, the male victim, right away, because he was on the news, on the TV all the time, so I recognized his face and his figure right away.
The news hit like a gut punch, leaving the football world, and everyone who admired him, in shock and mourning. Even though his life was cut tragically short, Steve McNair's legacy endures. He wasn't just a phenomenal athlete, he was a devoted husband, father, teammate, and community leader. His impact, both on and off the field, continues to be felt by those who were lucky enough to know him or witness his greatness. Aaron McNair may be gone, but his memory will always soar. Junior Seau. Junior Seau was a force of nature, a larger-than-life personality who brought unrelenting energy, charisma, and passion to everything he did, especially football. Born Tiaina Ball Seau Jr. on January 19, 1969 in San Diego, California, Jr. grew up in a close-knit Samoan family where faith, community, and sports were deeply ingrained. Football wasn't just a pastime. It was part of his DNA. From an early age, it was clear Jr. was special.
San Diego Chargers select Junior Seau.
Right on, baby! Diego! Woo!
At Oceanside High School in California, he was a standout linebacker, dominating the field with his speed, strength, and instinct. His hard work and talent earned him a scholarship to the University of Southern California, USC, where he became a collegiate superstar, earning consensus All-American honors in 1989. The San Diego Chargers saw his potential and drafted him 5th overall in the 1990 NFL Draft. They couldn't have known then that they were getting not just a player, but a cultural icon. Over the next 20 years, Seau became one of the most electrifying defenders in NFL history, playing for the Chargers, Miami Dolphins, and New England Patriots.
We didn't know why he was detached or forgetting, or why he would bark at us for nothing, or we didn't know.
With 12 Pro Bowl appearances, 10 All-Pro selections, and the NFL Defensive Player of the Year award in 1992, Seau was the heart and soul of every team he played for. Off the field, Seau's personality was just as magnetic. He wasn't just a football star, he was a community hero. In his hometown of San Diego, he founded the Junior Seau Foundation to support at-risk youth and families. Whether hosting charity events or mentoring kids, Seau gave back with the same intensity he brought to the game. But behind the million-watt smile and boundless energy, Seau battled demons that many didn't see. On May 2, 2012, the world was stunned when news broke that Seau had taken his own life at the age of 43. The shock deepened when doctors discovered he had been suffering from chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, a brain condition caused by repeated head trauma. A harsh reality of life in the NFL, Seau's death was a watershed moment for football, igniting conversations about player safety, mental health, and the lasting effects of concussions.
And for a couple months at a time, I wouldn't hear from him at all, and that would scare me.
We got really close, and I feel like it's turning around. Okay, he wants to be part of my life, and then all of a sudden, I wouldn't hear from him.
His story forced the NFL and fans alike to confront the hidden costs of the game. Junior Seau's legacy isn't just about the tackles, sacks, or accolades. It's about the joy he brought to the field, the lives he touched off it, and the important conversations he sparked. In 2015, he was posthumously inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, a fitting tribute to a man who gave everything he had to the game he loved and the people who loved him. Derek Thomas. Derek Thomas was a force to be reckoned with on the football field, earning his place as one of the most dominant linebackers in NFL history. Born on January 1, 1967, in Miami, Florida, Thomas grew up in an athletic family and was an exceptional player from an early age. He was drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs with the 4th overall pick in the 1989 NFL Draft and went on to have an illustrious 11-year NFL career, earning 9 Pro Bowl selections, 6 first-team All-Pro nods, and the NFL Defensive Player of the Year award in 1990. Thomas's impressive statistics include 126.5 sacks, 663 tackles, and 19 forced fumbles. Off the field, he was a devoted philanthropist, particularly in his adopted hometown of Kansas City, and founded the Derek Thomas Third and Long Foundation to support youth education and development programs. Tragically, Thomas's life was cut short on February 8, 2000, when he died from a pulmonary embolism, a complication related to a car accident that had left him paralyzed just weeks earlier. He was just 33 years old. Thomas's legacy continues to inspire fans and athletes alike, and he was posthumously inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2009. Dave Duerson. Dave Duerson was a stalwart safety in the NFL, whose illustrious career was marked by numerous accolades, including 2 Super Bowl championships with the Chicago Bears. Born on November 28, 1960, in Muncie, Indiana.
And he told me he loved me very much, and he was truly sorry, and that he loved the kids, and that he felt, he thinks there was something wrong with his brain on the left side, and for me to please get it to the NFL.
Duerson was a standout athlete from an early age, earning All-American honors at Notre Dame before being drafted by the Bears in the third round of the 1983 NFL Draft. Over the course of his 11-year NFL career, Duerson established himself as one of the league's top safeties, earning 7 Pro Bowl selections, 4 first-team All-Pro nods, and helping the Bears win Super Bowl 20 in 1985 and Super Bowl 23 with the New York Giants in 1989. However, beneath the surface of his athletic success, Duerson was battling the devastating effects of chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, a degenerative brain disease linked to repeated blows to the head.
Football players are at a very high risk because they take, studies show, about 1,000 hits to the head each fall. At least 20 Gs, which is like a small car crash.
Tragically, on February 17, 2011, Duerson took his own life at the age of 50, leaving a note asking that his brain be studied to help future players. Duerson's selfless act has since helped raise awareness about the dangers of CTE and the urgent need for continued research into the health risks faced by professional athletes. Chris Henry was a talented wide receiver whose promising career with the Cincinnati Bengals was marked by flashes of brilliance, but ultimately cut short by tragedy. Born on May 17, 1983, in Bellechasse, Louisiana, Henry was a standout athlete at West Jefferson High School, earning all-state honors in football, basketball, and track. He went on to play college football at the University of West Virginia, where he set numerous school records for receiving yards and touchdowns. The Cincinnati Bengals selected Henry in the third round of the 2005 NFL Draft, and he quickly became a fan favorite due to his electrifying playmaking ability, earning a Pro Bowl alternate selection in 2006. However, Henry's personal life was marred by struggles, including multiple arrests and suspensions. Tragically, on December 17, 2009, Henry fell from a moving truck during a domestic dispute with his fiancée, Lolani Tonga, in Charlotte, North Carolina. He suffered severe head injuries and was pronounced dead at Carolina's Medical Center at the age of 26. Henry's death was a stark reminder of the challenges athletes can face beyond the game, and his legacy continues to serve as a cautionary tale about the importance of seeking help and support during times of personal struggle. Chris Henry Corey Stringer. Corey Stringer was a dominant force on the Minnesota Vikings offensive line, known for his gentle giant persona and impressive athleticism. Born on May 8, 1974, in Warren, Ohio, Stringer was a standout lineman at Ohio State University.
I reflected back on my years in college and high school. I thought about all the just death runs, if you want to call it, that I got put on in the sand and combat boots that they'd make us do and the no water, and I just went, wow.
Earning all Big Ten honors and helping the Buckeyes win the 1996 Big Ten championship. The Vikings selected Stringer in the first round of the 1995 NFL Draft, and he quickly became a mainstay on the team's offensive line, earning a Pro Bowl selection in 2000. Tragically, on August 1, 2001, Stringer collapsed during a morning practice session at the Vikings training camp in Mankato, Minnesota, due to complications from heat stroke. Despite receiving immediate medical attention, Stringer died 15 hours later at Emmanuel Street, Joseph's Hospital, at the age of 27. The cause of death was determined to be complications from heat stroke, specifically a condition known as exertional heat stroke. Stringer's untimely death served as a wake-up call for the NFL, leading to significant changes in training protocols and player safety measures, including the implementation of heat acclimatization guidelines and the use of cooling tents during training camp. Joe Delaney. Joe Delaney was a dynamic and promising running back for the Kansas City Chiefs, whose life was tragically cut short in a heroic act of selflessness. Born on October 27, 1958 in Houghton, Louisiana, Delaney was a standout athlete at Houghton High School, earning all-state honors in football, basketball, and track. He went on to play college football at Northwestern State University, where he set numerous school records for rushing yards and touchdowns. The Kansas City Chiefs selected Delaney in the second round of the 1981 NFL Draft, and he quickly became a fan favorite due to his explosive running style and infectious personality. During his 2 seasons with the Chiefs, Delaney rushed for 1,811 yards and scored 15 touchdowns. Tragically, on June 29, 1983, Delaney drowned in a pond in Monroe, Louisiana, while attempting to save 3 children who were struggling to stay afloat. Despite being unable to swim himself, Delaney's instinct to help others ultimately cost him his life. At the age of 24, his heroic actions that day earned him numerous posthumous honors, including the Presidential Citizen's Medal, and his legacy continues to inspire countless people to this day. Gaines Adams was a talented and promising defensive end whose life was tragically cut short in 2010. Born on June 8, 1983, in Greenwood, South Carolina, Adams was a standout athlete at Fork Union Military Academy in Virginia, earning All-American honors in football. He went on to play college football at Clemson University, where he was a two-time All-ACC selection and set the school record for most sacks in a season. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected Adams with the 4th overall pick in the 2007 NFL Draft, and he quickly became a key contributor to the team's defense, earning NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year honors in 2007. Adams played for the Buccaneers from 2007 to 2009 and was traded to the Chicago Bears in 2010. Tragically, on January 17, 2010, Adams died suddenly from cardiac arrest caused by an enlarged heart known as hypertrophic cardiomyopathy at the age of 26. His passing was a heartbreaking loss for his family, friends, and fans who remembered him for his infectious smile, kind heart, and immense talent on the football field. Thomas Harrion was a talented and determined offensive lineman for the San Francisco 49ers, whose life was tragically cut short in 2005. Born on December 15, 1981, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Harrion was a standout athlete at Pembroke Pines High School, earning all-state honors in football and track. He went on to play college football at the University of Utah, where he started 35 games and helped the Utes win the 2003 Liberty Bowl. The San Francisco 49ers signed Harrion as an undrafted free agent in 2005, and he was competing for a roster spot during the preseason. Tragically, on August 20, 2005, Harrion collapsed in the locker room after a preseason game against the Denver Broncos and died shortly thereafter at the age of 23. The cause of death was determined to be a heart condition known as ischemic heart disease, which was likely exacerbated by his large size and intense physical exertion. Harrion's untimely death raised awareness about the health challenges faced by larger athletes and spurred conversations about improving player care, including the implementation of more comprehensive medical screenings and the development of safer training protocols. Cedric Benson. Cedric Benson was a talented and resilient running back whose dynamic performances on the field captivated fans and earned him a reputation as one of the most promising players of his generation. Born on December 28, 1982 in Midland, Texas, Benson was a standout athlete at Midland Lee High School, earning all-state honors in football and track. He went on to play college football at the University of Texas.
In 2003, Ced was arrested after attending one of those college parties. You know the ones, drugs, alcohol everywhere, one of those. And eventually, the cops was there as well. And as fate would have it, Ced was arrested on marijuana possession,
where he was a two-time All-Big 12 selection and set numerous school records for rushing yards and touchdowns. The Chicago Bears selected Benson with the 4th overall pick in the 2005 NFL Draft, and he played for the Bears from 2005 to 2007, before joining the Cincinnati Bengals from 2008 to 2011, and finally playing for the Green Bay Packers in 2012. Over the course of his 8-year NFL career, Benson rushed for 6,017 yards and scored 32 touchdowns. Tragically, on August 17, 2019, Benson lost his life in a motorcycle accident in Austin, Texas, at the age of 36. He was riding his motorcycle when he collided with a minivan and was pronounced dead at the scene. Benson's death was met with an outpouring of tributes and condolences from the NFL community, as fans and former teammates remembered him for his infectious smile, kind heart, and unwavering passion for the game. Reggie White. Reggie White, affectionately known as the Minister of Defense, was a larger-than-life figure whose imposing presence on the field and unwavering commitment to his faith inspired countless fans and teammates throughout his illustrious career. Born on December 19, 1961, in Chattanooga, Tennessee, White was a standout athlete at Howard High School, earning all-state honors in football, basketball, and track. He went on to play college football at the University of Tennessee, where he was a two-time All-American and set numerous school records for sacks and tackles. The Philadelphia Eagles selected White with the 4th overall pick in the 1985 NFL Supplemental Draft.
You know, being 3 or 4 years older than a person is a lot sometimes, especially in impressionable ages in high school. And he just attached himself to Reggie during camp.
And he quickly became one of the most dominant defensive players in the league, earning 13 Pro Bowl selections, 8 first-team All-Pro nods, and the NFL Defensive Player of the Year award in 1987.
We didn't have a lot of respect to think that he was as good as he was. We didn't know.
The veteran guys were like, yeah, prove it. We finally made it to the field, and he was a wrecking ball.
White played for the Eagles from 1985 to 1992, the Green Bay Packers from 1993 to 1998, and the Carolina Panthers in 2000. Tragically, on December 26, 2004, White died suddenly from a cardiac arrhythmia, specifically a condition known as ventricular fibrillation, at his home in Cornelius, North Carolina. Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins was a charismatic and determined quarterback whose immense promise and potential captivated fans and scouts alike. Born on May 3, 1997, in Highland Park, New Jersey, Haskins was a standout athlete at Bully School in Potomac, Maryland, earning all-state honors in football and basketball. He went on to play college football at Ohio State University, where he set numerous school records for passing yards and touchdowns, and was a finalist for the 2018 Heisman Trophy. The Washington Redskins selected Haskins with the 15th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft.
Haskins on third down. He throws it. It's caught by Terry McLaurin.
And he played for the Redskins from 2019 to 2020, before joining the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2021. Tragically, on April 9, 2022, Haskins' life was cut short when he was struck by a dump truck while attempting to cross a highway on foot in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He was just 24 years old. The cause of death was determined to be multiple blunt force injuries sustained in the accident. Haskins' passing sent shockwaves throughout the NFL community, as fans and former teammates remembered him for his infectious smile, kind heart, and unwavering passion for the game. If you like this video, then subscribe to this channel to follow up on the amazing topic on the NFL. Though their time with us was too short, their impact will forever be felt in the huddle, on the field of American football. The stories of their resilience, sacrifice, and legacy go far beyond the stats. They represent the heart and soul of what it means to be a true competitor.